Hi, welcome back to Tao of Twang. I'm Dave. We are going to get into some swing eighth note feel stuff today. And this is really cool. I'm excited about this because this is one of those things that kind of everybody's doing, but no, maybe not explaining it or teaching it as much. You ever go look at some tab or a song or a songbook or something, and it'll say something descriptive about the feel at the top of it. It'll say a quarter note equals 90 beats per minute, shuffle or swing or something, right? Like, okay, if it's a popular song that that you've listened to, you kind of just get it, right? No, this, you just, it's kind of, you don't have to, it's not intellectual, right? You're just kind of like, yeah, I'm just playing along with the way that I've heard it, in my car all these years or whatever. But sometimes it's not that easy to get the feel, right? Especially when you're having to read the tablature and process all this stuff all at once. So I'm going to hopefully demystify one of the big ones for you today. And that's this swing eighth feel. It's present in every kind of popular guitar playing. It's in country, rock, bebop, jazz, blues. And I'm going to show you some right now, and then we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to come back, and we're just going to keep kind of mortaring in this concept. But I want you to really try to be open to feeling it. Okay. Now, I know I haven't really explained anything yet, but that's, some of you will be able to just right away, like, kind of play along with that and just say, oh, yeah, it's doom, da, doom, da, doom, da, doom, right? But I do want to give you more of a bit of an explanation and a little bit of analysis about how this is achieved, the math of it, and then get right back to, having fun. So, remember what we said about the quarter notes. If we're in four, the quarter note, each one gets, there's one note per beat. So if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Okay. Again, I'm just playing anything on that scale to demonstrate this timing stuff. So if it's an eighth note, then we split each one of those beats into 2 even notes, right? 2 notes per beat that are evenly spaced. And we count that like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and quarter, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 2. Those are the eighths, okay? Now, why don't I just play some eighth notes over this? Let's try it. 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and... Okay. I'm kind of laughing at myself because it's like I almost could not help swinging those eighth notes. Because when I did it, did you notice that? When I did it just like completely evenly, it wasn't that cool. It had a cool use, which was that it kind of almost pushed against the groove and sort of created like an interesting tension, maybe for like a few notes. But if I played my whole solo like that, that's pretty square, right? So a lot of popular music's like that. The rhythm is groovier, right? It's not just always on the beat. In this progression, watch how it kind of jumps to the... Okay. A lot of grooves are like that. This was going to work in 1,000 different settings. So those eighth notes were kind of square. Now, here's what's really going on with this. Go back to the triplets. I'm sorry, don't get confused. But let me play some triplets where I'm just going to play like each note of this scale and repeat a triplet feel like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Triplet, 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 triplet. Or you could say 1 and a 2 and a 3. 1. See how I'm playing trip the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2. Okay. Here's what's really happening with the swing eighths. Slow this down. 1 and 2 and let's do it like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and on each one of those groups of 3, take out or like mute, remove the middle one. So 1 and 2 and you're taking the and out. So it's just... Again, don't worry about trying to replicate what I just did there. Just think about the timing thing. Take out the middle one of each one of those groups of 3. That leaves you with 2 notes per beat, but they're not evenly spaced anymore, right? It's... Okay, and that's what's on that slide. If this just was like, not really follow, that's okay. We're going to do some, go back and watch it again. But like I said, the really important thing is to just feel it. But that, I wanted to give you an analytical explanation for it as well. So, the cool thing about using this scale is you and I can be playing on different parts of the scale at the same time, and it'll be great. So if I'm going, and you're going, it's all good. Trust me, it'll work. It'll all have good harmonies. So I'm just going to play some along with this, and just kind of edge out with me for a minute and latch onto it. Play anything you want in that A minor pentatonic. 1, 2, triple. Are you still going? Good. Now, that makes sense. The important thing is to feel it, but you also want to have an understanding of it so you can kind of go back and remind yourself, not so you can analyze everything that you're playing, but sometimes you say, hey, wait a minute, I want to do something a little different here. This doesn't feel that smooth, and I want to be able to mix some more stuff in. Oh yeah, I could do that swing eighth note thing in here, see if that works. It's going to work out in a lot of songs and different situations. So that's kind of it. Now, a lot of things that I just showed you were based on this kind of previous understanding of quarter note, eighth note, triplet, okay? So remember, that's all in that lesson video right before this one on the timeline. I think my channel's just in chronological order. So, be patient. But I dedicated an entire lesson to this one concept because it is so important. And it just lets you get your surfboard smoothly riding those waves just a lot nicer. Sometimes you want that just hard mechanical, but usually what you want is some back and forth, right? Just like anything that's good in art, you want some tension and release, right? I don't think there's anything else to. I'm going to leave you with one more idea. If you feel like you're feeling the swing eighths pretty good using this backing track, then the last thing I'm going to suggest to really start having some fun is do some complete triplets and some swing eighths and kind of alternate between those, and then you're really starting to surf it. Remember, when you turn these things on, listen to it for a second so you know where you're at. So it's some triplets. 1, 2, 3, triplets. Hey. Okay. Hopefully you're starting to, take something that what I just said is pretty abstract. But if you're getting to where like, this music is abstract, you're saying, oh, I see these concepts that it's really opens, like when you combine these things and start using them in an interactive way together, it's just all the doors start flying open, right? And it's not because, oh, I learned this one song perfectly or something, right? That's a cool feeling too. But the thing that I'm talking about, the Tao of it, is it just starts branching off into your own thing that you feel. And that's when something really cool starts happening and it sounds good, and the way that you really gauge that is just, by repetition and kind of trial and error until you find the thing that really feels good, and then you repeat it, you groove on it. So, thank you once again. As usual, I'm honored to be allowed to be part of this process for you. Leave me some comments, shoot me a message, let me know how you're doing, and until next time, thank you.